Hello everyone, it's Jin'taan here. Now, I'd hoped to have some PvP footage to put in the background of this so that you guys wouldn't have to sit there and just stare at my face whilst I talk at you, but if you saw my stream a little earlier, you'll understand why that didn't happen. Anyway, I've often dunked on CCP for not being particularly transparent or communicative about, what their roadmap is, what their schedule is, what they're working on, all those sorts of things. So I think it's only fair for me to try and give an example of how to do that better in my own channel. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But before we jump into all the boring stuff, I think it's only fair to talk about the giveaway that I put in the title so that you don't claim that this is clickbait. And the total prize pool for that is 12 skill injectors, one for each night of Christmas. And a whole 8 of those are going to go to one winner, and 4 others are going to be spread around 4 runners-up. And the draw for that prize is completely free. All you have to do to enter for that main prize of 8 skill injectors and one of the 1 runner-up skill injectors is be subscribed to this YouTube channel and comment on any video between now and the 25th of December. And winners for the other 3 skill injectors will be pulled from other sources of social media. So one of them is going to go to people who follow me on Twitter, one of them is going to be to people who follow me on Twitch, and one of them is going to be just to a member of the Discord. And that's pretty much all you need to know. If you're lucky enough to randomly hit the draw twice across 2 different platforms for 2 different prizes, then fair play to you, you will get both prizes. There is not going to be any exclusivity. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about the channel. And as you might have noticed, there's been a lot more effort on my part put into the channel over the last half of this year. And part of that's just because I've had more time, and part of it has also just been due to my living situation. I try not to talk about my real life very much in this channel because I figure most people aren't that interested in it. But I have been working kind of a minimum wage job for the past couple of months, and I gotta say, having this channel here as a small form of income has been really, really nice. So thank you so much for that, everyone who watches the channel. Still, an unfortunate result of me working that kind of job right now is that I don't really have any stable hours, so running a predictable schedule on the channel isn't super easy. But what I am going to do is try and lay out here a general schedule of content that I'll get done during the week. And what I want to do for every week in 2020 is put out one piece of big content and one piece of small content. And how I define big and small content is in the amount of effort that I actually have to put into it to get research done, set up interviews, all that sort of thing. So for example, a news video or one of my top 5 or list videos, those are going to be big pieces of content because I have to script them out, I have to sit down and really work on them to get them together, and that takes me anywhere from 8 to 12 hours to put together. And then on the other side of things, you'll be looking at stuff like interviews or solo PvP content, which normally only takes me, 2 to 4 hours to put together, which makes it a little less stressful to get together across a week. And on top of that, you can still expect me to be reading through things like patch notes, important dev blogs, and CSM minutes. And I don't really consider that to be content in the same way as the other stuff that I produce on the channel, as it is me just reading stuff that CCP themselves have written. I'm not adding a great deal of commentary on top of it. But it's a service that really does help the community. I think it's a great way for people to actually get engaged and really listen to what's written down without having to scroll through some rather bland text. So I'm going to continue to do that regardless. There will also probably occasionally be, collaborative content like the lore series that I'm doing with Ashtarothi, as well as maybe some more PvP stuff with Suetonia and Lasker Emmanuel. Although that's obviously dependent on them and not something that you should expect to have every week or even every month. And just to quickly cover the near future of the channel, on Friday there's going to be the interview with Caprice that I talked about in the YouTube community thing that I don't quite understand, but people seem to be able to find and comment on, so that's great. And that's going to be talking about faction warfare, roleplay, lore, a bunch of different subjects all weaved together. And then hopefully on Sunday I will be releasing a news video which is going to be covering the massive turmoil that's happened in the past couple of days in EVE politics. For those who aren't aware, Legacy has declared war on Dead Coalition over CSM stuff. It's all very complicated. I don't have the full details of it, and it has obviously distracted me from other theatres, which I need to go and research again now. It's chaos, but I'm looking forward to trying to bringing myself some understanding and then transferring that understanding to you. On the 28th, I should also be putting out my EVE Echoes kind of initial impressions / review. The reason that's taken so long to come out is because I was working on a sponsorship deal with NetEase for it. I've had lots of offers for sponsorships on the channel in the past, but none of them have really made sense until actually, NetEase, the developers of EVE Echoes, offered to sponsor us, and I thought, hey, that's pretty cool, let's give that a try. I'm going to try and be receptive to the feedback and see if people like that, because after all I consider the viewers of the channel, so people like you, to be the core of it, not anyone who's just willing to give me money. I'm not that much of a sellout, I promise. Still, that about wraps things up from my perspective. If you have any questions at all, just leave them in the comments and I'll make sure to come around over the course of today and tomorrow and just answer everything I can, so you guys will be better informed as to where the channel is and where it's heading. Thank you all so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Don't forget to fly smart.